What is the greatest Super Bowl of all time? What says you out there? Again, I know mine is gonna be much, much different than yours because you are probably older than me, right? You know, or you may be younger. I don't know. Actually, I know this may sound a little young for y'all, but that I could vividly remember was the Saints and the Colts. That's probably the first Super Bowl that I could vividly like remember watching. Either the Saints and Colts, or it may be the Patriots and Giants. Watched the game in its entirety and knew what was going on. Knew Peyton Manning, knew Drew Brees was the New Orleans Saints and the Indianapolis Colts. That was a heck of a Super Bowl. And then Pittsburgh and Green Bay the following year. I remember that one like it was yesterday. I was pulling for the Steelers because the song Black and Yellow, and I love Troy Polamalu because always like he kind of have like the same hair texture and whatever. So like, you know, the little hair commercials he used to do and whatever. I used to be like, that's gonna be me when I grow up, or look how long his hair is, that's gonna be me. And Troy Polamalu was a dog in itself, so I rooted for the Steelers because of mainly the song Black and Yellow by Wiz Khalifa, to be honest with you. But I remember that one. Yeah, so okay, so yeah, they played twice. I knew I wasn't tripping. I knew the Giants. See, I'm shocked. The Giants and the Patriots played twice. One in 07, or not, 05. No, wait, actually no. Yeah, oh yeah, I'm looking at it right now. Once in 08 and then once in 2012. Yep. Okay. I knew I was sharp, so that's what I knew. I remember that one. That was a good one. Oh, and then this is one of my top favorites. The Baltimore Ravens and the San Francisco 49ers. As we know, Colin Kaepernick was a stud that year. I remember watching. I was a huge fan of Colin Kaepernick. That was a really good Super Bowl. And then the lights went out, and then the 49ers had a heck of a second half. Came back, but the Ravens ultimately won. I felt like my family was rooting for the Ravens because, I mean, we're all Washington fans, majority of us, but the Ravens is the second closest team to, obviously, Washington. So they were rooting for them, but I was rooting for the 49ers because Colin Kaepernick was just so good that year. But then again, I kind of wanted the Ravens to win for my family so they could be happy, right? And Ray Lewis was a dog, man. I remember just the Kobe Jones kick return out of half, man. That was a really good Super Bowl to watch. It was very entertaining, and it was an overall good one. And then the following year, I know a lot of y'all may not like this one because it was a blowout, but I enjoyed this one thoroughly. The Seattle Seahawks and Denver Broncos. I was rooting for Seattle. I enjoyed this thoroughly. I know it was probably boring because y'all wanted a more competitive matchup, but shoot, man, I enjoyed that Super Bowl. I mean, the Seattle Seahawks absolutely just blowing the doors off of Denver. I enjoyed that. I remember what they started off the game with a safety, right? You know what I'm saying, on the ball going out the back of the end zone, snap over the head of Peyton Manning. I remember that. And then the following Super Bowl, this is another classic. New England and Seattle. As we know, why didn't they just give Marshawn Lynch the football on the 1 yard line? Malcolm Butler with the interception heard around the world. Man, I know to this day Seattle Seahawks fans wish they would have just gave the ball to Marshawn Lynch. If they would have just gave the ball to Marshawn Lynch, they would be a 2-time Super Bowl champion right now. Back-to-back years at that. So I know that kind of still haunts them to this day because, man, all you had to do was literally give the ball to Marshawn Lynch and you're a 2-time Super Bowl champion. But at the same time, I just don't know what was going on through Pete Carroll's mind, bro. I really don't. I don't know what was going on through his head when he thought Hey, why not just pass it on the 1 yard line? You know. So I that's another good one for me. Then the next one, let's see, where's the next one in order? The Denver Broncos, Carolina. I remember that one, 2015. I wanted Carolina to win because they had a hell of. We all remember that year, 15-1. That was a really good year for them. But honestly, the Super Bowl was I wouldn't say it was lackluster. But as you guys can tell, if you can't really hear off my opinion, I like high scoring Super Bowls, right? I mean, duh, like we work all season, right, to get to the big game, man. Put on a show. So I'm a fan of high scoring offenses, right? I mean, Super Bowls. So that Panthers one was a little lackluster for me, but Von Miller, he obviously went crazy on the defensive end. You know, Cam Newton, they made a big story about Cam Newton because he didn't want to jump into the pile. Peyton Manning winning his second Super Bowl. Man, that was a historical one in itself too. Then the next one. How about this one, huh? How about this one? This is where the 31 3 lead troll has started when the Atlanta Falcons blew it. So this is the Falcons versus the Patriots, right? And man, I picked the Falcons to win this game, and I'm like wow. Or 28-3, my fault, not 31-3, 28-3. I'm like, wow, it's really going on. Like, it's really happening the way I thought it was going to happen. Matt Ryan about to win a Super Bowl. Julio Jones, that defense was good. You know, with Deion Jones and them boys. I think Desmond Trufant was a part of that team, if I can remember correctly. Man, they was really good. And I'm like, they really doing this thing. And the second half, it just went all the way in the whole opposite spectrum, all in the Patriots' favor, right? Julian Edelman with the crazy catch, slide to the ground, right? Or was it the one where he I'm trying to think, was that the slide to the ground one or the one where he made some crazy catch in that game? Julian Edelman was always coming up clutch though, bro, to be honest with you. And then you had the touchdown to eventually give them the lead. Man, I still to this day don't know how the Falcons managed to blow that game, bro. I really just don't know how they managed to blow that game. Like, honestly. So yeah, it wasn't the slide catch, but he caught it in front of 3 people, man. That was a good Super Bowl, man. Now let's see, what's the next one? The next one, another classic, man. I hate to say it, but the Eagles versus the Eagles. I mean, Eagles versus the Patriots, 41-33. It was only a classic because the story that year. Carson Wentz led them to a 14-2 record. Gets hurt in the playoff game versus the not a playoff game, but the in like the week 15 versus the Rams. Nick Foles had to come in. Nobody really giving Nick Foles a shot to win a Super Bowl or even win a playoff game for that matter. So everybody thinking the Eagles did all this hard work just to come up short. They get to the Super Bowl, then they win. Right? Brandon Graham with the sack, strip, fumble, whatever you want to call it. You know, the Philly, right? LeGarrette Blount. Man, that was a heck of a year for the Eagles, man. And you could definitely just tell it was for them to win it that year, bro. Honestly. And then the next year, the one I just talked about earlier, New England versus the Rams, 13-3. That was horrible. That was horrible, man. That was horrible. One of the worst Super Bowls I ever seen. And again, it's because defensively, I just didn't like it. Then after that one, bro, you got the Kansas City Chiefs and San Francisco 49ers. It was cool. I feel like the 49ers would have won that game if Jimmy Garoppolo drops it in the bucket. For who was it? I'm trying to think. Was it Muhammad Sanu? Who did Jimmy Garoppolo overthrow? If Jimmy Garoppolo hits him on the money, they win the Super Bowl. I'm trying to think. Was it Muhammad Sanu or whatchamacallit? I don't know. If I can remember correctly, I think it was Muhammad Sanu that he overthrew. He hit them in stride. They won a Super Bowl. And then after that, it was Tampa Bay 31-9 COVID year Super Bowl win, and then the Rams and Cincinnati Bengals Rams 23-20, and then Kansas City Philadelphia 38-35, which was really good. This past year was good, but other than that, the last couple of jumps since Falcons Patriots hasn't been as thrilling, bro. Like, I mean, Julian Edelman, man, that catch was just like, are you like, come on, bro, that's crazy. And I don't know, but honestly, if I had to pick one, y'all, man, I would probably say my favorite all-time Super Bowl would probably be, man, this is tough. I think I'm going to either go Baltimore and San Francisco, or I might gotta go Seattle and Denver, bro. Cause I enjoyed that blowout thoroughly. I don't know why. I'm not a Seahawks hater. I'm a Broncos hater. I'm not a Seahawks lover. But for some reason, I enjoyed watching the Broncos get thrashed, bro. For whatever reason. So yeah, that's probably my favorite Super Bowl. Denver and Seattle.
Top of the morning, 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 top of the morning. Hold on.